Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I am going to be doing my first tag video. I believe it's called Project Pro Tag. It was created by Fort with Famous, and she made this tag so that way the Project Pan community could come together, and I thought that was a really cool idea, but I was not brave enough to do it until I got tagged by the lovely Rita B. I will try to link everyone that I talk about in this video because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be talking about more than just one person. More than one person other than the girls that I just mentioned. Alright, let's start with the questions. I know this is going to be long because I tried to film this and yeah. How did you learn about project panning and what was your first impression? I learned about project panning in around 2013 or 2012. I can't remember. It was around that time. It's kind of fuzzy. It was in that general area. When you're in nursing school, everything kind of blurs together when you try to remember things. So I was just looking at my stuff one day and I was just like, I had this like makeup box, which I no longer have because I left it at school because I didn't want to bring it with me because it was heavy and I was in the Philippines. I was going to school in the Philippines. Not a lot of people know about that. So because I didn't want to bring that, I just left it. I didn't leave it at school. I left it at my friend's apartment that I ended up staying with after the school was over, but I still had to process paperwork, but I couldn't stay in the dorms anymore. So I left it at her place, and all of my makeup actually used to fit in there, and it was crazy. But I didn't want to bring all of that with me, and I was just like going through videos, and I don't know how I came across her channel, but Christine Boff, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Like, again, I'm going to try to remember to link her down below. She used to be known as Pink So Foxy, and I just watched how she had this huge collection of makeup and samples. Like, a lot of girls here are doing 365 days of samples, and like they have like this bin that they reach for, and I don't know if that's all of their samples, and if it is, your sample collection is nothing compared to what Christine had. She had boxes of them, and she gave them away to women's shelter. She decluttered her makeup, she sent them to women's shelters, and I thought that was really cool that she did that. And she also did a Project 10 pan and another tag that she created herself. It's called Make Out, which isn't a sexual thing, it's makeup out, but she didn't like the name of it, which I actually incorporate some of those things to how I spend, which I'll talk about later. But I just thought it was really amazing, and I was just like, dang, yeah, makeup does take a while to use up, and especially at that time. I thought I had a lot of makeup already, and my makeup has grown since I've graduated college. And so I wanted to try to do that, try to finish as much makeup as I can before I came back home, because I didn't really have a lot of friends that wore makeup, and the ones that did wear makeup, we didn't have the same skin tone, or they were very sensitive, so they couldn't just wear anything. So I just decided to bring all of my makeup with me and all of my nail polishes. I had kind of a lot of different vibrant color nail polishes, and the friend that wouldn't mind wearing nail polish, she doesn't really like to wear nail polish, so she was like, I don't really want polish. But yeah, so that was my first impression of project panning. If that all made sense, I'm sorry if that was confusing. I am a confusing person. You will know that if you know me personally. What is the hardest thing to pan and the easiest thing to pan? This is question 2, by the way. The hardest thing to pan for me right now, as someone that is not, I don't have a formal job. I used to work with my aunt before she got help from somewhere else, but I used to just be like paid under the table and stuff like that. And the hardest things for me to just finish up, since I just mainly stay at home and study full time, is nail polish. It's surprisingly not makeup, but it's nail polish, just because nail polish, it's hard for me to use without having my nails become brittle after a while. Like right now, I have a nail. I don't know if you can see that, but my middle fingernail, I don't want to flip you off. It's kind of flaking, and that really, really sucks. And so, as much as like I want to use up my nail polish, because when I am a nurse, I can't use nail polish on my hands because that is against policy everywhere, because you don't want to be taking care of your patient and all of a sudden the nail polish chips, or you have a full nail polished hand and you're like, what happened to, why is it chipping? Like, it's not cool. Okay. Yeah, I could use nail polish on my toes, but and I do, but it's just like, it's just so hard with the chipping that it does. Also, I do a lot of cleaning with my bare hands. Like, I do my dishes with my bare hands. I clean the bathroom with my bare hands, which is probably, which is not good for your hands in general, but it's just, I don't like the feeling of using cleaning gloves, because all cleaning gloves are just like, the smallest is too big for me, and it just slips around, and I don't like that. And so nail polish is really hard for me. And this eyeliner. My Makeup Forever eyeliner in 12L, they're aqua eyes. It's a little toughy. I don't wear eyeliner every day also, but that's probably a tribute to it, but I just, that's just what I gotta say to that. Easiest thing to pan. Right now, since I don't have a formal job, I find that mascaras and lip balms and hair products are the easiest things to use up. Just because I'm always using lip balm. I'm almost always using a hair product, and whenever I use, well, mascara just dries out eventually, so that's why mascaras is also one of the easiest things for me to use up. When I was in school, I was able to use up powders so quickly because it was really, really hot in the Philippines, and I would just sweat my face off, and I would be an oily mess just because I already have oily skin, and then you combine that with 98% humidity, and you're just like, you want to talk about strobing? Go back and meet me in college. I could show you strobing. That's all I'm saying. And, but yeah, I haven't really finished much makeup as much as I would like to, just because I don't go out. I'm not a social person either. But yeah. Next question, because I'm kind of losing track of where I was getting to at that question. Number 3, have you ever attempted a pan that palette? Why or why not? I have. I have attempted last year, and that was a fail because I quit. That was an attempt, and I just got sick and tired of the palette. It is my e.l.f. Little Black Beauty book, the Cool Edition. If you look now at the Cool Edition, it's completely different because it's newer. This is an older one. I've had this since college, but it looks like this, and I've got pretty good dips in some of them, and I've finished one pan, and I've got a decent pan in here, and I've got pans all around on this side. This is a thing that where if you have too much options, you get overwhelmed of what kind of eye look you want to do, and you eventually don't want to use it, even though you try to use it almost every day, which I didn't use it almost every day. You try to use it at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I just got tired of it. It kind of stressed me out because there was just so much, and so I just stopped using it, and I was missing my other playthings, so I wanted to use my other makeup, so I stopped using it. I didn't think about doing a 1-month 1 palette along with this at that time, so I'm having an easier time this year, which I am doing another project pan this year. I'm not going to open this because if you want to know about this, I will link down my video for my Pan That Palette 2016. But something that I'm always going to be complaining about this palette is that because it's so densely packed, this is a Sephora Naturally It palette, by the way, and it's so densely packed that it's hard to see shadows budge. That's all I can say about it. Number 4, has panning affected your makeup buying habits? If so, how? Yes and no. I'm going to start off with a no first, because I was never someone that bought a ton of makeup. I actually bought more makeup when I came home from college, just because I didn't know that Dollar Tree sometimes occasionally sells Milani or Elf or Maybelline. And that's when I get sucked in. That's when I get sucked in. I don't normally buy makeup at the drugstore unless Wet n Wild is on sale, or there's a coupon, or I just really want to try something out. It's not like I tried to do a monthly haul of the things that I bought, and I didn't want to do that anymore because I felt like it justified me to make a video, and if I wanted to make a video I needed to show something, so I made an excuse to buy something. So I don't do that anymore just because it made me justify, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this because that way I can make a video about it. So that's how no, in a way, no, it hasn't affected me, but also yes, it has affected the way I shop. Now, as of this year, 2016, I have started to becoming more realistic with my collection just because it has grown quite a bit, and I was just like overwhelmed with what I had, and so I just decided to be real with myself, and I have become more real this past year than I did when I first graduated. So yeah, that's how it helped me. Question number 5. What do you plan on planning next? Well, here in my hand, I have a sheet of paper. One side is a general goals of my project plan goals for 2016, and this is a specific item list of my things that I want to use up. So I can't say all the things that are on here because I made a video about this earlier this year, and all I could say is that there are some things that are already crossed off. I don't know if you can tell because it's probably being reflected back at you oddly, but yeah, I have quite the list. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to finish everything on here, which I'm okay about, but it felt real when I wrote things down, and it felt even more real when I made a video about it. So yeah, there you go. Number 6, where do you get your panning inspiration and motivation? Instagram sometimes, because I do follow some people on the panning community. It's kind of hard to follow every single person because there's just a ton of girls, but I try to follow as many people as I can, and it's just encouraging to see when people do like the before and afters of the pan, and it's just really amazing. And most importantly, the YouTube community, because when we make videos we talk about how we multi-purpose products, or how we use it up, how the frequency. And sometimes on Instagram you just can't get that because I sometimes don't read what the description of the picture, just because sometimes it is in a different language, and sometimes I don't want to read the description because I'm like so excited about the picture. So especially when people comment and they tell me good job, that's great, and I'm like a horrible commenter. Sometimes I would comment on other people's videos and like encourage them, but sometimes I'm kind of shy about that too. So, but the community, I haven't had hate on this community, and I don't think there's anyone here that's hateful. It's just a weird thing. It's such a positive community, and I really like that. Number 7. Favorite thing about the panning community. Like I just said, how positive everyone is and how encouraging everyone is. Even though I don't make a lot of progress on some things, they're just like, you'll do great, you'll get there eventually. And it's just like, you know what, that's true. I can't just bring myself down. Hold on, I'm gonna need some water. I can't just bring myself down just because I'm not happy at where I am, because just the smallest bit of use is better than not using something at all. And I like how girls are so encouraging here, and it's just quite lovely to see. number 8. Oh my gosh, I wrote this down, but I don't know if I, hopefully I didn't, repeat, but it sounds like a repeating question. Number 8, what item is giving you the most trouble in panning? I think this question is about specific items that's giving me the hardest time panning. Right now the hardest thing is this liner. I have like a project liner, like liners that I want to use up with this year, and looking back at it, I'm like really ambitious, and I don't think I'm gonna finish all of them, but this one is just a pain in my butthole. Like, oh my gosh, I make it up with forever Uncle Eyes. I think what makes it worse is that it kind of dried out, so I have to warm it up, and I like put this in between my boobs or in my bra just so that way the formula can go on smoother. But this is just a pain in the butt, but I don't want to throw it out because I also like the color, and so it tears me apart. But yeah, this is just the one that's giving me the most trouble right now. I don't want to rant about that anymore. Number 9, how long do you plan to project pan, and do you see yourself stopping? I don't see myself stopping. I see myself just continually doing this. Maybe I won't be doing, if I end up for some reason stop buying as much makeup, maybe I won't be doing so many pan projects at the same time. And I do a project pan right now. This year I've been doing a project, it's like 2 seasonal project pans at one time, just because I find that it works for me. And right now I like doing that, and I don't know how long I'll be doing project pan. Hopefully I'll be doing it for a long time, hopefully forever, or as long as I'm wearing makeup. Hopefully I'm doing that. Right now I'm not wearing makeup, by the way. I don't know if anyone cares, but it's a rest makeup day. I just can't with the makeup today. But yeah, if I stop doing project panning, it's either, I don't think I'll stop project panning, but if I ever stop project panning in making video wise, maybe something happened along the way that makes me too busy, or makes it for me to be unable to project pan. I hope that made sense. But yeah, making project pan videos. But hopefully, if Instagram doesn't ever fail, I like to do snippets of Instagram just because I find it easier to be just like, hey, look what just happened. Like when I've hit the tiniest bit of pan, I'm just like, oh my god, guys, look at this. And you get a lot of sneak peeks also. But I don't see myself stopping. I want to keep using my stuff, and I know I'm never going to be a big YouTuber, so it's not like I'll ever get free stuff, and that means I'm going to be purchasing everything. And since I'll be purchasing everything, I better use up the stuff that I bought with my hard-earned money. So, yeah. Number 10, would you recommend panning to others? How would you explain it? My friends, which is not a big list of people, most of my friends know that I do project pan, and they sometimes watch my videos, so they know what project panning is about. It's about using up your stuff. Sometimes I can't be like, hey, you should project pan, because out of all of my friends, I have the biggest collection. So that's why I do it, and I don't know if they'll ever do it. That's up to them. I don't know if they ever want to project pan, but most of my friends are really good at using stuff up before buying a backup or getting something new. They're much better at doing that than I am, because I'm also the one of all of my friends that loves makeup the most. So yeah. Wow, it's been like almost 20 minutes, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know who to tag. I don't know, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.